I want to say good evening to the family of Calvary. I am very excited to be back with you again. I know that it's probably been a little while there since I've been with you, what I'm going to call live. But I'm here today, this evening, to bring you some great news, and I'm excited about it. And I have had a chance to hear from many of you who shared with me about your excitement and anticipation when we can restart our services. Well, next Sunday, June the 7th, will be the restart of our services. I would like to just say to you and remind everyone about what we have been through and what we're still going through, regarding the COVID 19 pandemic. Also, to share with you that, of course, we have had to make some major adjustments and changes in many areas in order for us to reconvene and follow the guidelines that the CDC and other agencies have, instructed us to do in order for us to be as safe as we possibly can. So we believe that we are able to follow those guidelines, and also we're able to implement some guidelines that we think that will apply to this ministry also. So again, we are excited about just the opportunity to be able to be in fellowship once again, to worship together, and to come and give God the praise that we know that only He deserves. And so I want to say at this time that the senior leadership of this ministry here, we have been meeting. We have been discussing our approach to restarting our services. And so we feel very good and we feel very confident that we are able to implement guidelines and implement approaches to our service that will allow everyone to be safe. Now, one of the most important things I need to say to you at this time is that, of course, we would have to exercise social distancing, and that will require us not to be able to have one service. We are going to have a couple services on Sunday morning, June 7th. Our first service will be at 10 a.m. and our second service will be at 11:30 a.m. These services will not have the usual format that we are accustomed to, so that we can accommodate all those who are interested and can and will be here, but also allow us to implement all of the safety guidelines that we feel like that we have to have in place. Now, here in the next day or so, maybe sooner, you're going to be receiving some information from this ministry, and one aspect of this information is going to be some instructions, some guidelines as to how we will approach our services. What would be the procedures that we will have implemented? What would be the part or role that we need you to play, and what role we'll play to make sure that we are as safe as we possibly can, and that we can have a very enjoyable and exciting time together in worship and praise. So please, once you get this information, part of that will be, again, as I'm saying, will be instructions and guidelines for our service. One other aspect of it will be a survey that you would receive through the Remind app. And what this survey is for us, for you to fill it out, send it back as soon as possible, so that we would have some idea of how many people will be in what particular service. Now, we do have a limit of how many people can be each service, so that we can maintain social distancing, follow the guidelines that we feel like are necessary for us to be safe, and everybody to believe and know that we have gone to the measures that are necessary to protect us all. Our first concern is your safety and your family's safety. And so please work with us, cooperate, participate, so that we can make that happen and get back together and have a very joyous time together. Now, that survey again, we need you to fill it out. One of the most important questions on there, I should say two most important questions there. One would be, which service do you think that you would be attending if you are someone that's ready to get back into the fellowship with the saints? And the other one will be how many people in your family will be attending that service. You will have an area of seating that will have social distancing applied to it, and this is why this information is so important, so that we can make sure that we have adequate space for everyone, and also that we have the adequate separation of families in the service. So please fill those out, and we would appreciate it very much. Lastly, we're going to ask you, if you would, we're asking, this service will be where we ask you to wear your face mask. If you don't have one, we'll provide one for you, and come a little early before service time so that you can get through some of the things that we'll be doing and we'll need you to do in order for all of us to meet the guidelines and the criteria that's necessary. So again, we're looking forward to seeing you. I have been excited about hearing so many of you who are anticipating, this time, and we're looking forward to it. Now, one of the things I would like for you to be mindful of as well, this approach that we're taking initially, we don't know how long that we will be taking this approach, but we will say that we're going to do what's necessary for all of us to be as safe as possible for as long as that takes, okay? So please understand that this new approach we're taking is for the time that's necessary, that we feel that we can move in maybe a different phase or different approach to our services. And also would like to just share a couple more things with you regarding the restart of our services. One is that we know that everybody may not be as prepared mentally for the restart of service or attending service. We understand that. We want you to know that if there's anything that we can do to help you get to that place to where you feel comfortable and feel like that you're ready and willing to be back in the fellowship, please let us know. We do understand that this has been a time unlike any time that any of us have experienced, and it is something that no one should take lightly. And so we want you to know that we don't take lightly whatever your concerns might be. So any way we can assist you and help you with that, please let us know, and we'd be glad to do so. Our final thought to those of you who, because of health reasons and pre-existing conditions, that you won't be able to attend services at this time, we want you to know that we will be continuing our YouTube video approach, and making sure that you can have access and get those services for your enjoyment and convenience. So we want you to know that our thoughts are with you, our prayers are with you, and we love you with the love of our Lord. God bless. See you soon.